Welcome to Finance Learning. Today we'll discuss the midpoint method for price elasticity of demand. Please watch my other video on price elasticity of demand with the percentage method. The link will be given in the description below. Now, before discussing the midpoint method, let us discuss some shortcomings of percentage method. That is, with the percentage method, if you try to calculate the price elasticity of demand between 2 points on a demand curve, you will quickly notice an annoying problem. The elasticity from point A to B seems different from the elasticity from point B to A. Let's understand by this example. In this example, here I have taken the point A. This is P, initial price 4, the initial quantity Q is 1. So the price has fall and the new price at point B, the new price P1 is 2 and the new quantity Q1 is 4. Price falls, quantity increases. So putting these values in the formula, the percentage method formula, and the elasticity comes out to be 6, which is our elastic demand. In this next example, where we are just moving from point B to A. Okay, so here we are moving just point from B to A, putting these value again in this formula, and the elasticity comes out to be 0.75, which is inelastic demand. So when I move A to B, it is 6. When I move B to A, it is 0.75. So we are getting the different elasticities. Okay. Now, this difference arises because the percentage changes are calculated from a different base. One way to avoid this problem is to use midpoint method for calculating elasticities. The standard procedure for computing a percentage change is to divide the change by the initial level. By contrast, the midpoint method computes a percentage change by dividing the change by the midpoint or average of the initial and the final level. When we divide the percentage change with the midpoint or by the average means we just sum up the initial and the final value divide by 2. Let's see the midpoint method formula. So this is the midpoint method formula. Here this Q1 is the new quantity minus the initial quantity. So Q1 minus Q is change in quantity demanded. Q1 plus Q divided by 2, this is average quantity demanded. P1 new price minus P, the initial price, is change in price. P1 minus P is change in price, and P1 plus P, that is new price plus initial price divided by 2, is the average price. So this is a method for the the midpoint method for price elasticity of demand. So this can be derived to this. Okay, now see one example. Here I have taken the same values which I have taken with the percentage method. So here I am moving point A to B. The initial price P4, Q is 1, P1 is 2 and Q1 is 4. Putting these values in the midpoint method, and the elasticity is 1.8. Now in this next example we are moving from point B to A. So putting these value in the midpoint method, and the elasticity comes out to be 1.8. 1.8. So whether I move A to B or B to A, elasticity is 1.8, which is same. So the midpoint method is a better way to calculate the percentage changes and elasticities. The midpoint formula computes the percentage changes by dividing the change by the average value, that is the midpoint of the initial and the final value. As a result, it produces the same result regardless of the direction of change. Thank you.